Bullshit. It's pay to win, man. You bought
Oh,
it
no,
because
no,
you
no.
wanted the extra.
There,
You wanted
there
the
is
extra space.
nothing there that is pay to win.
What
It
do
is
you mean?
pay for a convenience. There is
You're
nothing.
getting.
There is nothing about the
You're
gamma
buying
contain.
You're buying an advantage.
No, you're not. You're buying
Yes.
more space to grab more loot,
You're
which
gonna tell
may or
me
may not
right.
equate to money or anything like that. Okay, now I am recording.
About time.
Okay,
About time.
so
It only took 5 episodes to get there.
yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Now that we got all of that out of the way and things are actually in a proper spot and things are recording where they need to be and my face and your face are good and our audio levels are set, I think we're finally able to start episode
Welcome back
5.
to ChknAtk, episode 5. I'm Koston with my co-host Shid. What's up, man? It's been a
What's
week.
going on?
Yeah, so a lot of weird stuff happened over the past week. We got Diablo Immortal, right? This game has become my new life. It sucks. I'm $50 in.
You're only what, $109,950 behind the ball.
Yep. Actually, so in PvP, it's already being riddled with people that just spent an outrageous amount of money and they have like 5-star gems and stuff like that. So PvP in that game is already broken.
Are
The
you
leaderboards
serious?
just are, yeah, they're just dumb. People are going in and just like one-shotting you because all their stuff is like the highest level. People have already reached that level of whale.
So it very much is pay to win.
Oh, 100% pay to win. I mean, I think I made it 5 minutes in that game before it finally threw something at me, which is actually kind of impressive for a mobile game. Granted, I've been playing it on PC, but the whenever I play like a mobile game, I can't get 30 seconds in after the tutorial before it's like, oh, limited edition offer, here you go. And I'm like, oh, okay. This game it took a while before I finally got one, but then when I got it, I was like, okay, this looks like it says 400% more value. Yes, and I took it.
You took it. You fell for the
Yeah.
bait.
What do you mean I fell for it? I went in fully intending to buy the first thing I saw.
Well, I mean that's one way to.
That's exactly what I like, the mindset I went in with. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play this game. The first time it throws something at me to pay for it, I'm gonna buy it. And sure enough, it was only like 99 cents. So that must be like the plan though, is like it's trying to lure you into the cash shop just a little by little. It's like, oh, this is $1. This is another dollar. Oh, this is $5. So now you like are getting like the repetition of opening up the cash shop. And
Yeah.
then it just by that time you're just like, oh, $99, 800% value. You'd be losing money if you didn't buy it.
Yeah. You sound like a used vacuum salesman.
Wow. Just calling me a Hoover? Is that what you're doing?
No. What? Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, if that's
because I suck?
no.
Oh.
No, we're not gonna
But
get
yeah,
into the
so
skill.
the skill.
How much one thing sucks over the other.
What?
We're not gonna compare vacuums here.
Well, oh no, it's Dyson all the way, man. You want to go Dyson? Those
Yeah. Dysons are sick. They make really good fans.
Wait, Dyson makes fans?
Yeah, it's like called the Dyson Air Mover.
Bullshit.
It's a
Are
bladeless
those
fan.
things that like it's just like a giant circle and it just blows
Yeah.
air at you?
Yeah, magically because there's no moving parts. I don't know how it works. It just does.
Oh, there's no moving parts. Guarantee you take that front section off, there's a moving part.
There's a moving
100%.
part somewhere in it. Yeah.
There's none. It just sucks in the back and blows out the front.
Yep. No, it's just got like little gnomes in there that are like,
Gnomes. You
yeah,
said gnomes.
yeah, the
Okay.
Dyson gnomes. You don't know about them?
Listen, I don't live in that kind of world that you do, but in my world, it's not filled with gnomes. Okay. There's only one thing that's filled with gnomes, and that is wait, those are fucking elves. I was gonna say Keebler elves. I'm
Keebler
straight stupid.
gnomes.
Yeah, well, can you imagine that they just build cookies, like just really bad cookies out of a mountain?
I mean, Keebler makes some pretty good cookies.
I don't know. For people that live in a mountain, I'm pretty sure their cookies are not gonna come
Wait,
out just
the Keebler elves, they live in a tree.
right. But you said you were talking about Keebler gnomes, right? I'm thinking of dwarves. I'm
Yeah, you're the.
fucking.
I'm like, what are you
What
talking
the
about?
fuck, man? We have elves, gnomes, goblins, halflings, and hobbits,
Are
and
are
then
we
dwarves.
are we starting a really shitty like fantasy like fanfic or something?
Hey, who knows, man? We're shipping it.
Oh god. Okay. Chicken Attack Volume 1 graphic novel.
Yeah, yeah. Put that down
Uh,
on this to-do list.
all right, let's mark that on the talking
Yeah.
points.
Oh fuck.
Um
Anyways,
yeah,
but
so I can still barely see. Talk about awesome things that happened this week. I got my eyes dilated today, so like everything's like still kind of blurry at short range.
so you're pretty much just stoned, is what you're telling me.
But if the only effect I have is bad eyesight, then yes.
Why do you have? Wait. Yeah.
I
Oh, okay.
I got my
You got your
went
eyes
to an eye
dilated
doctor
away for what?
appointment. Went to an eye doctor appointment and got contacts again. So, but
Oh man,
they're
I
like,
miss contacts so much.
yeah, I get to wear my sunglasses now. That was literally my goal. I'm like, I want
Yeah.
contacts to wear sunglasses.
Wow. What
Everyone's like, they
you're
make
bold.
prescription sunglasses. I'm like, yeah, but then I'm locked into one pair.
Yeah, you know what sucks? Those transitions.
I want transition contacts. How sweet would that be?
That would be so fucking annoying. You come in from outside and your eyes are just dark and you're just like, I can't see. Because that was like the technology that was wrong with them. It's like they would work fantastic when you from indoors to outdoors. It would transition really fast. But as soon as you went from outdoors to indoors, the transition effect just took way too long to go back to normal. So you're like pretty much just looking at everything in the dark. Heaven forbid if your room is dark or something like that and you walk in, you stub your toe on like the first thing.
They needed to have like active transitions that have like the little tiny
Active.
like button batteries in them. So it's like the glass panels when you like hit the button and they like go from clear to like frosted. Like you just walk outside. It's
I have
like,
a feeling that every cosplayer is probably about to link us some type of thing where that's probably a thing,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone probably has like sunglasses that they can hit a button and it goes from
No,
clear to like
no,
dark.
for it would just be for like the extreme cosplayers, because they could just go from normal eyes to like a
Mhm.
demon's eyes, right? It just transitions like that. They're just like, this is my, my
Do you
Britney
remember?
side.
Do you remember back in the day when the colored contacts first came out and they had like
No,
the
what? I'm
yeah.
not ancient.
So this was like
I'm 32, Nick.
yeah,
Jesus.
this was like early 2000s when they started doing like colored contacts. Like you could get like blue, you can get like green, like
No.
it it was really shitty. But
Okay.
because like you could tell that it's like color, like someone crammed it to their like the front of their eyeball. But you could get like cat eye and you could get like owl and like you could get like weird things that make your eyes look funky.
No,
And one
that's
of the
when people started making them, like, kind of popular. It You said that colored contacts came out then?
uh, maybe I'm confusing came out with when I was exposed to them.
Okay, probably when you were exposed to, because they were I don't you were alive back in the 1930s?
I just googled them too.
Jesus, I was like, "Wait, that doesn't make any sense." Because I remember there was
Bro,
colored contacts before I even knew I needed glasses.
I am ancient. Don't
Yeah,
I look
I
good?
mean
I'm like,
it's
what would that be like? I'm like 90?
a vampire?
Yeah. A vampire.
I mean, that's what it would make you, man, if you were still living young and, vibing out
Looking as good as
being
I
that
do.
old.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, you
not a
need to
gray hair
relax.
on my head. No, there's a couple. I've been like
Yeah.
trimming my beard up and stuff, and I've been noticing grays everywhere, and it's just I'm like, it'll look good. But anyways, back to Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, man. I'm $50 into that. I'm actually okay. Yes, it does have a play to win, a pay to win, pay to play aspect to it.
Pay to
Um,
pay to literally open it.
well, I mean that's what World of Warcraft is. Wouldn't that just be a subscription?
I mean, that some people might call it that.
Right. So, yeah, I'm surprised the first thing that they tell you to buy is not the battle pass.
I didn't even know there was a battle pass in it until
There
like I was
is.
like level 30.
Yeah, it like runs you through a tutorial through it. It's like, all right,
I
visit
skipped
this
that shit.
person to
I just like
yeah.
clipped everything. I'm like, can I go kill some demons?
I love how part of their tutorial system is to teach you how to get into the shop to buy shit.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
did see that.
loved it. It was like, okay, this is how you use your abilities. This is how you combo your abilities. This is where you go and you get gems. Okay, this is the shop. If you For a limited time, you can get 60 magical orbs, which you can't do fucking anything with. You get one or like two legendary rift, like elder rift tokens, and then I think you get a cosmetic of some sort, and that's it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the elder rifts, the rifts are the things that you spend the money on to get the gear, and that the like tokens that they give you to like do to like the tutorial for it. I didn't
Right.
realize that those are the things that you have to spend money on. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I got a bunch of these. Let's just dump it in there. Like, let's just see what happens. And then afterwards, it's like, you need to spend money on more. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not spending money on more.
Well, so the legendary ones for the Elden Rift, um, those give you a guaranteed legendary drop, right? A legendary shard or whatever they're called, legendary gem. Um, if you use the normal one, which you get like one a day or whatever, and like the game hands them out like candy, those you can still get legendary shards or legendary gems. It's just you have a 5% chance of getting one.
It
So it's so you're pretty much going from 5% to 100% by just adding that token. But here's like the secret thing, and yes, I've done this for science. If you put in 3 legendary shards, it gives you the option to add 7 more.
what?
Yeah. So
So hold on. How much does a legendary shard cost?
I think it's $2.
Okay, $2 for one. So if you put in $6 into the slot machine, it goes, "Hey, you want to put 14 more in?"
Yeah. Yep. It does. Isn't that great? And then when
Wow.
you do it, and then you get like at the very end, you finish the rift, and it just dumps legendary shards at you. And for every 50, right, that you do, you're guaranteed a 5-star gem. because I get they're ranked from 1 to 5. 1 and 2 shards are considered to be like the common and uncommon, but like anything 3 and above is just ridiculous on
Okay.
how to get a 5-star gem, you have a 0.5%, like I think it's like 0.5 or 0.1% chance or something like stupid
Okay.
like that.
So it's like a legendary drop in WoW or something like that. So
Sure, I've never played WoW, so I mean, same company, right?
I why why does Blizzard have their name front and center? Like they should have just said Diablo made by NetEase using Blizzard IP. Like
Because
because
it's majority Blizzard.
uh, this game was made in Korea. Like
Right, but
this is the farthest away from a Western Diablo dungeon crawler like ARPG possible.
right, but you got Blizzard as the publisher,
They own the
and
IP. Oh well.
right.
They didn't do
So
shit.
then that makes their name front and center.
Yeah, but they don't deserve it.
I mean, it's just like uh Halo for a while there was being made by Bungie, even though 343 was working on it.
Yeah. They need to take a note out of like Riot's book. Like I installed I started playing League again this week with
Okay.
Jamie. We were messing around with League, and I installed their mobile one.
Okay.
What is it called? Like League Wild Rift, and
Mhm.
I installed that. And on the opening, or I was like reading through the features on the Google Play page, and one of them said, "We're never gonna have." We're never going to have a point to where you can pay to win, you can pay for an advantage. There's never going to be a point to where any of that is a thing. Like everything that you pay for is going to be solely cosmetic and bonus like content. Like that's how games should be. Like games should not be a slot machine. You should not try to like these whole like gotcha games and these like predatory monetization tactics of like you said, for $5 this is an 800% stat increase. It's like who the fuck's
Yep.
not gonna say okay, let's spend $5 here? Like what's $5?
Right.
Like a coffee? No big deal.
But what game do you know that we both play, that we're both waiting on, made us buy the most expensive version for 3 extra squares?
It didn't make us do that.
Bullshit. It's pay to win, man. You bought
Oh
it
no no
because you
no!
wanted the extra
There
you wanted
there
the
is
extra space.
nothing there that is pay to win.
What
It
do you
is
mean?
pay for a convenience. There is
You're
nothing.
getting
There is nothing about the
you're
gamma
buying
contain.
you're buying an advantage.
No, you're not. You're buying more
Yes.
space to grab more loot,
You're gonna
which
tell
may
me
or may not
right.
equate to money or anything like that. I could give you an Alton, some Gen 4 armor. I could give you a kitted out. I could give you every possible best thing in the game, and you can go and still get one shot by a scav. Like it
Well,
just
I
the
don't know
gear
about
and
wearing it
everything.
alted.
No, if that scav has buckshot, he could shoot you in the legs and black out your stomach, and then it could
What was
instant
the
kill you.
armor you said? You said you were gonna give me a Zabralo?
Yeah.
Dude, the Zabralo has leg armor.
No, it doesn't. There's
It has
no
the
armor in the game with leg. It has stomach armor.
wait.
There's
Didn't they
nothing in the
wait?
game that
Yes,
has
they did.
leg
They just
armor.
added an armor that has leg armor.
Nope. Zero. But this is I will fight this to the death.
It's
EOD
definitely.
is not pay to win. You
Did you buy it?
you can't buy EOD and be subjectively better than someone with the entry level. You are not better at the game because you
No, but you
spent
have an
money on the base.
advantage. You're buying an
But that's
advantage.
not pay to win. That's for convenience. You're paying for a convenience. You're not paying to
Okay.
win.
So you're
Which
gonna say,
Diablo is very much pay to win.
or is it pay for convenience because you're going to be paying just
No,
to get to the end game?
you're
It only
paying.
matters if it's paying to win if you're going PvP.
No, because you're getting a power increase as a player in the game. You
Yeah,
are purchasing better gear, which has a stat
which just
that
makes it more
is.
convenient.
There's a fundamental difference there because they're two different games as well.
You're
If
paying
I
for an
gave you
advantage.
the best gear in Diablo, no matter what you do, you're going to be better at that game. If I gave you the best gear in Tarkov, you still need to be good at the game. The gear may make it easier to progress,
Hmm?
but there is no guarantee. Whereas Diablo, you
Right.
have the best gear, there is a guarantee that you are going to be better at the game.
Then why do they say that Candy Crush is a pay to win game when the game never ends?
It's not a pay to win game because there's a fundamental misconception of what pay to win is, and everyone just throws that term around not actually knowing what it means. Are you
I had to
Googling
make that.
pay to win?
Uh,
Yeah. No,
okay, no. Pay.
Candy Crush would be a pay to play, like to keep playing. So like if you run out of lives, run out of hearts, you have to wait for those to regen. Or you can spend money and get more and keep playing.
Um. uh,
But yeah, the when people say pay to win, they use it interchangeable with pay to get a convenience, pay to get like cosmetics, pay to get something in the game that other people don't have access to. But pay to win
Pay
is
to win, the
literally.
practice of buying in-game items that give a player a big advantage over others.
Yes. EOD does
So
not
that
give
would
you an
be EOD.
advantage. No, it does not.
Yes, you get. Yes, you do. It
It,
does.
it gives you more space in
It
your
gives you
gamma.
more
That's it.
space, right?
But
Your
explain to me
gamma,
how that
and
gives
you
you a
get
big
way more.
advantage.
Bro, you know how much like
But
just three.
how does that
You
equate
can
to
hold more
power
meds.
in the okay, but how does that equate to skill and power in the game?
It's
You
still
throw a
an advantage over.
grizzly you throw a grizzly
Right,
and a CMS in there and I'll be on my white account on my $40 account and I'll
right.
still
But
kill
that
you with a
doesn't matter. That's
Makarov.
still. But that's just it. I'm still able to. I still have an advantage over others that others do not have from the beginning. And then I'm going in with 3 extra squares. That's still maybe 3 gold chains or a roller, or you know what I'm saying? You
So you
throw.
get some more money, cool. So then you can spend it
Right,
on
but that
gear
then
that you're
that
still
allows you
gonna
to buy
lose.
more.
But you're
uh,
gonna lose it because you're not good at the game. I'm not saying
you
you,
can
I'm saying in general, like the people who
but no,
say it's
you
pay
can
to win.
use the money that you get from that to either upgrade your hideout or buy other equipment or better ammo. You know what I'm saying? It gives you an advantage over others.
Well, the ammo you can't because you got to get it off traders, so you need to level up and complete tests
Right,
to
but you
buy
can
them off
still
traders.
buy better ammo than what you're just normal.
Well, no, because you still have to play the game. Like
Yeah, I
you
know.
have to progress through it to be able to buy that ammo. And then
Right.
but people without it can also progress through it and buy that same ammo.
Right, but it's a lot hard. Listen, you're going to tell me that the main reason why people buy the EOD, the enormous amount of space that you have in your like at the beginning for like your stash, right? Plus the 3 extra squares in your gamma. You're not going to tell me that that's not an advantage over the people that just
No.
buy the $50 game?
No, because I've done both. I was 3 tasks away from Kappa with the $50 game. And right now I finished all the Kappa tasks with
Then why
EOD
then why get EOD?
because I wanted the bigger stash. I wanted to be able to
There
hold
you
more
go,
shit.
because you wanted the
But that did
advantage.
not that did not give me an advantage in the game. I just didn't want to sit there and play Tetris all the
But
time, and I want to be able to
right,
hoard shit. That's all.
right, which is an advantage because you have more space to hoard more shit
No.
so that you can
So here's the
advance faster in
it
your
had nothing
hideout.
to do about advancing faster. I advanced at the same speed. What it had to do was I can have my kits staged to where with the $40 game, I every between every raid, I had to use my money to buy my kits off the flea market, and then I was having my friends wait. That's literally it. Is it made it so I could get back into raid faster. Literally no other advantage. Like, it did not make me better at the game. It did not give me a power thing over anybody else.
It did.
It
The
no,
extra stash
it is
and the extra gamma
no
is
no no
a advantage over just normal players.
no. Okay, I see what you're saying, but it is
100%.
not a it does not equate to in-game power. Like, it
I
does
think
not
you're
just
looking at
because you
power
have
as just like being able to go in and like see through fucking walls and shit.
no, just
No,
because
it
you
is
have
an
EOD, does
advantage though.
that mean that you're gonna win more in fights?
No, but you are able to get out more with more loot and then
So who
have
the
more
fuck cares
places to
about
stash. Right. Some people
what's loot
like
matter though?
listen, not everyone enjoys the game as a Chad like us, okay?
No,
There
I
are
don't even
people
play like a Chad. I play
that's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
rat 90% of the
Okay,
time.
I'm a badger. Um
But like
but
the loot
that's
doesn't equate to anything.
it does.
What?
Your hideout gives you advantages, right?
But
So then you're able to use your scav faster because you leveled up your scav your intelligence faster
how
because you
many
have more
times
space
how
because you have
many
more
times
space
did
to
you use
hold
your gamma to shove crafting items?
all the time.
You are like in the minority then, because every single time I've ever done any sort of hideout stuff, I've either bought it off the flea, which is completely independent from my gamma, and or I have just thrown it in my bag when I looted it and been like, oh, I need that. Like, I've never thrown shit in my butt.
You've never thrown an Asa in your ass?
No, no, I leave it in my bag.
Oh my god.
Because
Well,
I don't care about the ASA, and by the time I need the ASA to build solar panel, I'll just buy it off the flea.
man, there's some things that you need,
I
all
needed
right?
4 of them from the for the flea. That's the only thing you need an ASA for the entire time is for your
Right.
solar panel, and they were 130K when I bought them. So at
Right.
that
That's just
point,
it, man.
but
Some
that
people some
what I
people will like find it and be like, "Hey, this saves me money that I don't have to spend on the flea."
but what I had in my
180K, that's
gamma,
like that's a full budget kit.
but what I that's like insuring my gun.
Why?
But
But I mean,
what I have in my gamma is I have my 16 I have my injector case, I have spare meds, I have my sick case with my keys,
okay.
and I have my
Now, if you only have 4 squares, what
CMS.
are you fucking bringing in?
I'll bring in like the one key that I know that I'm going to use. I'll bring in the injector case and then a CMS.
No meds? Or you just put that on your rig?
I'll just put the meds in my rig. I
You know what I'm saying?
rarely use the meds in my thing.
Right,
But
but that's just it.
okay, so you
You have
have
an
some
advantage.
extra meds. No. You have some extra meds. The chance that you have how many fights have you been into to where you actually have enough time to go tab into your inventory and then click something in your gamma and actually use that in the middle of a fight
All the time.
all the time?
Yeah.
So you're saying that the meds in your gamma give you a tactical advantage in the middle of a fight?
If you are out of, like, for example, if you were in a fight earlier and then a third party crept up while you're healing, you're all out of your fucking AFAC, right? Or your IFAC or your Salua, right? But you have an
Okay.
extra one in your gamma, right?
Okay.
All you have to do is just click on it. You don't even have to right click, just double click on it and then it'll fucking start healing you.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same thing with like going in and going into your injector case.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're going into your injector kit, I mean, there's all you could
But
might as
you
well
can
just hit the
still you
fucking
can
health
do
kit.
that with 4 squares. You can put that in there
Right.
too.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You made the point like, oh, how often are you going into your gamma? I was like, all the time.
I, I mean, there's in
Now
my
I can
experience,
carry
there's
a
rarely any.
Salua and my injector case with a fucking with all my keys.
Yeah.
And I probably have a lot more gear because I was able to hit multiple rooms. Say if like I'm on reserve, right? I have you're just gonna go in with one key. There's a dozen fucking rooms in
Yep.
that
Yeah, no, I
level.
never loot any rooms on reserve ever.
Bro, that's where you
Just go
there's a lot of good shit,
No,
man.
just go hit the raiders.
Okay,
That's where you
so
get your
okay, for example, how about customs? You're gonna go to dorms. You're just gonna bring in the marked key? That's it?
Yeah,
You're not gonna
actually
hit any of the other.
there have been many times to where all I did was marked. There's been many times that I go to customs and the only key I use is factory key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What happens if you can't use marked and factory key?
I mean, you could
You'd have
just bring a
to I mean, you
factory,
could.
just put it in your
Right, but
pocket.
that I mean, that's gonna be yeah, in your
They're a
pocket,
dime a
hope like
dozen. They're
no
30K.
yeah, well, see, sometimes
Yeah, I
people at
see
the
what you're
beginning of
okay,
White don't have 30K.
but you're kind of unintentionally proving my point that it's not pay to win. It's just giving you a little bit of a convenience.
Pay to win is just giving yourself an advantage over others.
It a big
You're buying an
advantage,
advantage. You're buying an advantage. That's what the
but
gamma is,
but
and the extra squares.
the advantage can't just be black and white though. Because like that's like saying like if you had something like EOD right now, like in its current
Mhm.
state to where it's a marginal advantage, you're saying that that advantage would be treated the same as if you purchase the ultra super uber EOD that gave you the same things but gave you a GL40 with 100 grenades.
Well, don't you get don't you get more loot and shit for I
Yeah, you
believe
get more
with EOD,
starting ammo and
you
stuff,
start with
yeah.
a Zabralo.
Yeah.
Yes. You start with a Zabralo and you start with,
I
like an
don't
AK with a
think you
bunch
start
of
with a Zabralo. EOD, let's see.
or maybe they changed it to troopers?
3 soft packas. 2
Maybe it's 2 troopers,
hemostats. AI2s.
'cause you used to get a Zabralo.
There is no, it's you get packas.
You don't get
Wait, hold
Packas,
on.
man. You get, like
There's more down here. 30 rounds, ammo bottle, Remington. Trooper armor, yeah.
so you're
Or
already
a
starting over
6B13. You get one trooper armor.
still an
That's
advantage over
what
you're still an
for
advantage.
one raid. It's not something that you're paying to win 100% of the time. That's the
No, you
difference
don't
though.
have to.
Everyone's
No.
saying that EOD is pay to win. It gives you an advantage through the entire game, the entire wipe,
It
start to finish.
does.
You are at an advantage. No, you're not.
Yes. With the gamma and the
No,
extra spaces.
if it did, then I would never die to people. I would not die. Okay, so if what you're saying is true, then next wipe, when it wipes, I'm going to start tracking every death that I have and keeping track of white name versus EOD. And I guarantee you that number is going to be about 50-50 because that's about
Right,
what the player
you're
base is. If what
you're
you're
able
saying
to
is
carry
true,
more.
it should be like 80-20
I'm telling
because
you,
the people with EOD would progress so much faster that they would have so much more power that they would be able to steamroll everybody because it's an advantage.
it's not the fact. It's the fact that they are able to carry more out, make more money, use that money for larger kits.
But if they're trash players, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. EOD gives you zero advantage to playing.
Right. Listen, you're gonna tell me that you're gonna not have an advantage when you can shove a fucking golden or bronze lion up your ass and then go out and you can sell that on the fucking market for a mill and then use that mill for
You
uh
cannot sell it for a mill anymore.
well, it depends on what the fucking market is at the time.
Well,
Because
no,
at
no,
the
no,
beginning of
no,
the
no, no. If you post it for a mill, the fee is 1.3.
okay, well, that's fucking
Yeah,
retarded.
uh,
But
yeah. You can't even folders of intelligence. You can't if you post it for 300K, the fee is 200K. If you post it for 100K or 150K, the fee is 30K.
so broken. That's so dumb.
So there's no they're trying they've imposed all these dumb flea fees that make it to where they're dictating the market instead of allowing the market to dictate the market.
But isn't it players control the market?
Oh, you could go and list that folder of intelligence for a mil if you want, but you're gonna pay like 2 mil to list it.
I think it
So
should fluctuate depending on how popular it's being bought.
yes, it should. It should the fee should be a flat percentage of your list price. No matter what the list price
Yeah,
is. It should be a fee. It
right,
should
depending
not
on
be yeah.
this is this is part of remember I said that I have a game mechanic of what yeah.
Okay.
This is part of what I was talking about where there needs to be a thing in games where it control like the level of rarity, right? For like Tarkov, the level of rarity depends on how much it's, the that whatever the tax or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that along with yeah, but the tax should not fluctuate. Like the tax should not be
Right.
on a fucking bell curve. It should
Right.
be a straight percentage. Like if you're listing
But if it's
something for 300K, the fee is 10% and it's always going to be 10%.
right.
300K, 30K fee, done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You put it into categories such as like, there's normal ones and then every now and then you'll find like a purple, right? Or I don't know, so like there's the Luger, which for some reason is fucking blue, you know?
Yep, 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 yep. But
So
yeah, I think it's dumb as hell with this fluctuating bullshit.
you use those the colors as like a tax grade, right? So you would just be like, okay, purples are taxed at 30%, blues
Mm-hmm.
20%, greens 10%. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep
Yeah,
that, but that way, whatever it is on the market, it stays the same. It's just being taxed the same. It doesn't fluctuate, but the price can fluctuate.
that yes, I would.
So
I'm totally in agreement there.
yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. So back to what we were saying, if you can put high level items into your gamma and be able to sell those and make money faster than someone else, right? Because if you're a good player, right, it doesn't matter. But the majority of people aren't good at Tarkov.
And
You
that's my
can't
point
be.
is
That's what
that money, even if I gave the majority just the if I gave the casual players, people that put in 5 hours a week, I gave them unlimited rubles. That's still not going to make them better players. You're not going to see them killing more people. They're still going to perform exactly the same
Right.
because their play style, no matter what you do, you give them the best gear. Their play style is still going to stay the same.
Right.
So
Here's
I
this.
guess that's what I'm getting at is even if you give them EOD, it's not going to equate to a marginal increase in
I
power
get what you're
or
saying, but I'm just saying if you give a good player a gamma, right? They're still gonna have an advantage over average Joe, right? If you put
they
two average Joes together, one has the alpha, the other one has a gamma, right?
yeah, they're
You're
going to
gonna
have
see
an
the
advantage.
person with a gamma, right?
They're
This
going
is
to
like
have the advantage in being able to grab more stuff. Yes,
right,
you're
and then
correct, but
sell
that's
it,
not going
and
to
then get more, and they get more stuff, and they're able to afford better kits faster.
but I don't think that's going to equate to a disparagement in like player skill though. Like even if they're able to get
Right,
unlimited
but
money. Like if
it
you
does
gave every stream if you cut all the top like Tarkov streamers in half and said half of you are going to be on EOD, half of you need to play on the $40 base game. I I would venture to say that you would at glance pulling up any of their streams, you would not be able to tell which ones or if you took out the ability to see what their secure container was or see the color of their name, if you made those things blurred, if you blurred that stuff out, just looking at their progression, their level, their how many kills they had, things like that,
I
that
get it
you
because
wouldn't be able
everyone's
to
skill
tell.
is different, but you're still giving players an advantage
But that's
over others.
I guess that's the distinction that I'm trying to make between like a a true like pay to win. When pay to win, when that term was coined back
It,
in the
right.
late 2000s, it was around the games that were putting in microtransactions that would give you like you could buy a 5% stat increase to strength, or you could buy like a 3-day 30% experience boost. Like you could buy things that
What's wrong with an
directly
experience
allowed
boost
you
though?
to win faster.
What's wrong with an experience boost?
An experience boost in an RPG game to where each level increases your player's strength and damage output, that is allowing them to gain that strength, that direct strength faster than the rest of the people. And if they put in more money, that means that they are going to become a wrecking ball to where they could just tank everything. But in a game like Tarkov, where each level doesn't necessarily equate to anything but a number, it has less of an effect. So it
Right.
also these features and things that you're purchasing also you need to take into effect the overall game. And that's why I'm saying in this context, in the Tarkov context, I don't think that EOD is a pay to win service. If you put that same thing in Diablo, I do think that would be a pay to win service at that point because the more gear you have does directly equate to more power because that's more stuff that you can salvage to create more powerful things. That's more crafting materials that you can use to give yourself a permanent upgrade. Because
Okay.
Diablo doesn't, I'm not able to go and loot your shit and just take all that power away. It
Right.
is
But
permanent to your character.
right. But at the same time, you kind of also
If
hit
Tarkov
my
had
point.
permanent, if all its stuff was permanent, if you had more room to carry shit out and you could never lose that, yes, it would be pay to win. But the fact
If it
that the game is centered around the ability that if you die, your
you
shit's
lose
getting
everything.
taken, that I
Yeah.
don't think that that is pay to win then because that is that's a self um fixing problem to where, yes, you may be giving them a slight advantage from the rip, but if they die, they immediately lose that advantage. That would be like in Diablo, if you paid for a legendary rift key, you put it in, but if you died in that,
Right.
even though you can revive and continue doing it, that legendary gem thing goes away. So
But
then
in a
you can't get it.
PvP, I can understand in like a PvP setting, right? But when Diablo is majority of a PvE game than it is a PvP game, what fucking advantage are you getting?
There's leaderboards, there's ranking for PvE. Like there's the season leaderboards. Like if you are able to be ranked as the best player in that game, but only the best people in that game are there after spending thousands of dollars, that is pay to win.
Okay. But
If I cannot gain that level of power by the time that ranking season is over without spending money, that's pay to win.
guess, but at the same time, Tarkov is pay to win because you're still buying an advantage so that you're able to get more loot so that you can sell that loot to get more money so that you're able to buy better gear. Now, if your skill, right? If your skill matters, obviously, but at the same time, if you're able to buy a slick before someone because
So
you had more money before
let's say
someone even against someone that can't even afford a diaper or a rig, you
let's
know what I'm
say
saying?
that there's let's say that there's leaderboards in Tarkov.
Which they're
Um
thinking about doing.
yeah, I guarantee you that EOD base game won't fucking matter because EOD has zero effect over how quickly you can gain experience. You can go into customs level 1 for base game, kill Rashala, get your labs key card and start farming labs right off the bat right there before anyone else. And you can do 12,000 XP raids in lab easy. You just got to be good and shoot the raiders in the face, which
Yeah.
it base game, or let's say EOD, you should be able to gain that experience faster, which it doesn't. It does not allow you to progress in the game faster because you don't get experience based off upgrading the stuff in your hideout.
Right, but you're able to hold on to quest items also.
Yeah,
So
I
that
was
you're able
I
to
did
level
that
up freighters.
I
So you're
did
able to
that with
level up
my
freighters.
regular account too. Like I
Right.
we're gonna just have to agree to disagree here because I
Well,
will
that's
fight this tooth and nail. Like it does
well, I'm
not
just
give
saying because
you.
you're able to carry more of those quest items, right?
So if what you're saying is true, if they put it in leaderboards, then every like the top 10% of people in levels should have EOD, which they probably will
They probably will.
because they're also the no lifers that sit there and play it for 20,000 hours a day and they're like, "Sure, why not? I love the
20,000
game.
a day.
Let's give them the extra money." But
Right. But that's just it. I understand what you're saying. You're not getting like a direct
it's
power because
yeah,
it negates you're negating it with the permadeath. But you are still paying for an advantage. Isn't it an
yes.
advantage that makes you more skilled? No, but you're still buying an advantage. It's just like how in
But
Lost
yeah,
Ark, a lot of that stuff, right? A lot of that stuff is buying more inventory space.
you can
Like one of
also
the
buy
first things.
permanent stat increases there, which that is
Right,
pay
but
to win.
no, but one of the main things that people are buying is inventory space in that game because of just them selling mats for more
Yeah,
gold.
that's
See what I'm
fine.
saying?
But that's
That
a
is still
convenience
buying your
factor. That would not
but
I would not
it's an
say
advantage.
buying but yes, but I would not say that that is pay to win.
See, this
Like that,
I guess
you're
we're gonna
not
have to.
winning anything. You're just
Man, we're gonna have to find out. We're gonna take this and bring it to the viewers and what do they
yeah,
think?
yeah.
I mean,
Everybody
granted, they
out
would
there,
have to
let us
understand. They
know.
would have to understand how Tarkov works
Well, no,
because
just I mean,
Tarkov,
it just kind of comes down to like the definition, what your definition of pay to win is. Like,
right?
I guess what I would boil it down to is with the purchase that you're making is someone who chooses not can someone who chooses not to purchase anything able to still be competitive in whatever the competitive portion of that game is.
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is yes, then I don't think that that is a pay to win feature. It may be a monetized convenience. It may be a slight advantage over like commodity gathering. It, however you want to wordsmith it, it may be that. But um if people who spend money, if people who don't spend money can stay competitive with the people who spend money, then that's not pay to win because you're the competitive field is still level.
Let
You're
me ask you. Let me ask you this: would a game like Pokemon, right, become pay to win if you use real life money trading to buy a better Pokemon with better IVs to then use in PvP?
100%.
Okay, then Pokemon's pay to win.
No, it's not because
You just admitted that it was. What do you mean?
Pokemon is not pay to win because that feature is not part of the game. That is not allowed by terms of use, and you can have your Nintendo account banned by doing that.
What bullshit? You can get your Pokemon game banned
Yes.
for buying a
If you tweeted Nintendo and said, "Hey, this is
Who
my
the fuck
Nintendo
is gonna
ID." If you said, "This is my Nintendo ID, just want to check, is it okay that I paid some random person on Craigslist to trade me this in-game item?" They would say, "No, your account's banned for real money trading outside of the game." That is, you're not allowed to do that. That's the same
Why?
reason carries in Tarkov are not allowed, and you'll get banned if you're paying someone to carry you through labs. Real money
I mean,
trading is
isn't that
against
what
the
a fucking
terms of
Sherpa is?
no, because there's
Someone
no
just carries you
money.
through?
There's no money. There's no real money. If
I
they
mean,
do it out of the kindness of their
if you
heart
got a
because they want to be
serviceman,
a bro, then sure, yes, that's fine. That's within the
right?
bounds. But as soon as you start transacting cash outside of the game, that becomes against terms of use, and that is bannable.
Bro, who the fuck? I say it as if you want to sell your services, don't do it for free.
Make sure you're playing by the rules, though. So
Don't do it for free.
no, the reason that that is against terms of use and bannable is because you are degrading you're degrading the value and the service of the game for people who don't pay money.
Okay, so
You're
then
degrading the experience for the other players in the world, and you're creating an unfair gap, which you're saying you're creating an unfair advantage and making it pay to win.
yeah, you're making it pay
Yes,
to
which
win.
is against terms of service, and you can't do that.
But in the same sense, how is Blizzard gonna do that for other games? Allow that shit for other games, right? But they're not gonna. They're gonna have another game that's like, oh,
They don't allow it
definitely
for
do it.
any one of their games. There
You're gonna
is
tell them
not
that.
one of their games that allows you to go outside of the bound of the game and transact real world currency for in game things.
What do you mean?
You can't.
It happens all the time in Diablo.
Yeah, and that's bannable.
Right. But how are you gonna fucking do it for one game, right? Make it a bannable offense for one game, but then come out with fucking Diablo Immortal where it's built into the damn game.
You can't go in and say, "Hey, I want that item." You can't go in
No,
and
you can
ask
go
someone
in
to
and
go
fucking
drop.
buy it with real money.
No, you can buy a chance to get it with real money.
No, you can full on buy it with real money.
In Diablo Immortal,
Yes.
you can go in and say, "I want this
Yes.
exact legendary. Give me it."
I want this exact legendary shard. Yes.
Wait, what? What
I
are
want
legendary shards?
Okay, legendary shards or legendary gems are what give you your all like pretty much your fucking abilities in the game, right? It's not the
And you can
legendary.
pick one off a list and say, "Buy it."
Yes. Yes. If you wanted 5 stars, right, you would go to a list and say, I want this. And it'll be like, okay, we want 500,000 platinum, which then you can buy with orbs, right? You can buy
Okay.
platinum with orbs, but the orbs are
Yeah.
you pretty much pay real money for.
Yep.
So how are you gonna have it for Diablo 3, selling accounts,
Because that's
but
their
in items?
monetization method for Immortal.
It's so fucking bullshit. How are you gonna it's for the same title.
That different games.
Oh, it's so fucking dumb.
Like, it's the same reason that you can't sell your account in WoW. It's the same. It's actually, this is really funny because the exact shit that's happening in Diablo Immortal is the exact reason they ripped the real money auction house out of Diablo 3.
Yeah. So I'm getting you're yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. And this kind of proves my point
Bullshit.
that anything that is legitimately pay to win does not belong in a video game.
I agree. But here's the thing. Here's a mechanic, right, that I thought of today. Another one. What if the pay to win stops at endgame, right? You can pay your way up to endgame. Everything after endgame is 100% on you.
I'd be fine with that. I mean, it's
And
just a way to that's totally fine to me because if you're being all the competition, all the actual stuff that people are going to compete over is going to take place at endgame anyway. So
right,
leveling's not going to matter. The only thing that you're going to monetize off of then is people that just want to skip the monotony and get straight to the end game, which if
exactly.
they want to pay for it, sure. I mean, you can already do it with WoW too. You can pay
Mm,
$60, get an instant max level character.
right, but you have 0 gear, so you're unable to do
No,
anything.
that's not true. You don't have 0 gear. They give you a full set of competitive blues to go start doing dungeons and stuff with.
Competitive blues, huh?
Yes.
Wow, pay to win.
It's not pay to win. Because you jump right in and can start doing dungeons. Like, it just means you don't have to start by, like,
I'm
questing.
just wondering, is there anyone that ever for example, in World of Warcraft, right? New expansion comes out, the new fucking level cap 90, right? I don't know what it is. Normally people are already at 80 at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just have to grind the next 10 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone that just starts over from fucking 1 and then just grinds all the way to
Yeah, a lot
90?
of people do just because they want to. Yep.
Oh,
There's people.
fuck those people. Those people are like the ones that like are keeping
I
that game
mean,
alive.
I did it. I have a max level of every class.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
that, that is some dumb shit right there.
So, well, not really because there's a weird way you used to be able to, I don't know if they do it anymore. They might. But they had a thing called Recruit a Friend to where
Oh.
you can send an email address not registered to a Battle.net account and invite to come play WoW.
Mhm.
And when they pay for 1 month subscription for the next 30 days, both those accounts got triple experience. So what I would do was I would create an account and recruit myself and then pay $15 for that account for 1 month. And then I would set that player to follow my main player and go around and complete a whole bunch of tasks that would level them up to max level in about 4 hours.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that just real money, real world money trading to yourself?
I mean, I guess if you really want to kind of stretch the definition of that. Yeah, I mean,
Bannable. Banned his account.
no, because
Right
that was a
before
feature. I
Dragon's
was
Reach or whatever.
no, not bannable at all because that was a actual. Yeah, I guess I was trading the dollars, but I was giving it to Blizzard for a service that they provided.
For yourself.
Yeah.
So real world money trading to yourself.
But it was
Blizzard's
kind of
just the
hilarious.
middleman, that's all.
Yeah, it
Blizzard's
was
just
really
the middleman.
funny doing that. It was a lot of fun.
It's just like when you buy people subs like on Twitch. It's like, oh, I'm buying you a sub to my channel, so technically that money just goes through Twitch and comes right back to me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. When
Yeah.
someone, yeah,
Welcome to Earth.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's dumb. I don't see the
Me.
point in that.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I
I
mean,
mean, some people might say it's investing in my brand, but I mean,
yeah, but then you can claim it as an investment.
on what?
Taxes, man.
That's a 100% loss. Like,
You can still claim it.
I mean, you might be able to, but you're never gonna see any capital gains, so no reason to claim it on your taxes anyway.
True. Well, anyways,
But
we're gonna move
uh,
away.
wow,
I'm bad at taxes.
we are an hour in, and all we've
Yeah.
talked about is what pay to win actually means.
Listen, it's part two of what, two podcasts ago. But no,
Uh,
it's a good point though, because I mean, we did talk about Diablo Immortal and how it's pay to win,
it
and we
is
were trying to make the,
100% pay to win.
and then we started talking about Tarkov and how Tarkov's pay to win also. Now, how is that going to factor into the new released Tarkov Arena?
That's gonna be a completely separate thing.
So wait, they're gonna make, how is it gonna be a completely separate thing? That's just it. Is,
Uh,
are you still gonna be able to go in and, like, when you die you lose your gear, or are you gonna be able to keep your gear and it's just the gunfight
yes.
aspect?
He did say there is going to be a looting aspect. They didn't release much about it yet, but he said that it is going to be separate from your main game PMC.
What? That's
Yeah,
so, dude. They just, okay. First of all, it already takes place at like an airport. So why don't they just use terminal as that
it
map?
is
So it like,
terminal.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it
there you
is
go.
the terminal map.
So why don't they just make the terminal map the arena, and you just go in with your PMC? You're just like, okay, I just want to get some new kits. I'm gonna go rock some kids. You can knock out your, maybe go into like a pistols only match to get your pistol kills out of the way.
Um, I don't. I'm not exactly sure. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it to where that's going to be like their competitive side of things, to where they can run tournaments, where there can be like,
They already run tournaments.
well, Tarkov doesn't really run the tournaments. Like, people need to make up these ways to like do it, but they'd be able to do like actual like streamer showdown shit and have like a competitive like esports team. Like, I think they're trying to do that with it. But they did say that there's also going to be some PvE stuff to it, to where if you want to be able to, if you want to, if you want to squad
You're
up
gonna
with
go and be
four
the
of your buddies,
janitor.
No. If you want to go in and squad up with 4 of your buddies and see if you guys can all Red Rebel Glukar and his goons to death, you can load up in arena with your squad versus Glukar. Like,
Wait, you can kill raid bosses?
yeah, you could like spawn in Sanitar and go fight Sanitar and his goons like with Makarovs if you want.
I don't see how that's PvE. Rather, all you're
I
doing is you're killing the AI. But
I don't know what their plans are. The details are few and far between, but it seems really interesting. I'm excited for it because I'm going to be able to practice PvP without having to worry about losing on my shit.
see, they need to have that element. They
Well,
need to have that.
they need to have okay, they need for the longevity of the game, they need to have a way to where new players can learn the mechanics of PvP in a safe environment. Because there's like
No,
5 different ways for you to get hurt, 5 different healing things. Like
no.
it is so goddamn unforgiving and ridiculously hard to learn unless you have a Sherpa, someone who already knows the game. So if I could just say, "Oh, that game looks cool. I'm going to go buy it." And then it's like, "Oh, try PvP out in the arena first." That would be so much more. I'm sure it's going to help with the life and the adoption of the game in the long run.
What do you think? What do you think? What if they make it a BR style arena?
Fuck that.
Where you go in, it's you and like 5 other people. You all don't have weapons. You have to go and find the weapons on the map
Actually,
with
let me
it,
resend that. That sounds kind of cool.
and then you have to go, and then
But wait, aren't you just describing like the open world connected map Tarkov?
right, but you're going in. You're not going in naked.
I
You have to
mean,
go in naked to the arena,
I yeah, I
and
mean
you
you could do
find
that.
the armor and the weapons on the ground, right?
Yeah, we've done runs like that, like 0 to hero runs where you just run in. You
Right.
gotta
What
like
if that's
melee a
it?
scav first.
Arena's just one big 0 to hero run.
That'd be interesting. But I am very very excited for it. It's gonna be good for the game, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what else did they really say about it? They just kind of released the trailer, and
They
I
said
haven't been
absolutely
listening.
nothing. It was such a goddamn disappointment. They put the like YouTube premiere up. They're like did this whole like they kept changing the thumbnail and they were like hidden there were promo codes hidden in the thumbnail that people were actually like using to claim like some packas and some random in-game shit. Like it was nothing great, but it was like a weird like augmented reality like look and find game, and the ticker was up for like 50 hours. They're like, this game's something's happening in 3 days, and everyone's like, oh my god, something's happening. And then it was a 2-minute arena teaser that at the end of the video just went to black, like, and then it was done. And it's like,
That's sick. That's
what?
the way to do it right there. You
I'm
just
like,
you fucking edge them to the point where they're blue balls. You give them just enough right where they're about to finish, and then all of a sudden,
like even if they finished with like a picture of Nikita going like this
no.
or something, like it would have been better. Like,
No, dude. They fully sopranoed your ass.
like,
That's awesome.
like me and a couple of my friends we were in Discord watching it. We're like, oh my god, this looks sick, and then it just fades to black, and we're like, it, it, is that it? Did my internet die? Like, we're like, hello?
That's it, man. They
Like,
fucking sopranoed your ass.
oh,
And
it was
they edged you for 50 hours. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm going to bust as soon as they show something." And then they show it. You're like, "Oh my god." And then like right when you're just like about there, they shut it off and they blue ball you.
title. That yeah, it
I don't
was.
know how that's going to be a weird title.
I see the thumbnail already. It's gonna be like the trailer hitch with the
A
balls
trailer hitch?
behind it, like, you know, the truck,
Truck
like,
nuts? It's
yeah.
not gonna be truck nuts.
uh, no, it's
Truck nuts.
I'm excited for it, but let's see what else happened. Oh, I did want to talk about this. Did you see the news about Pokemon, the new Pokemon games? What they said
Yeah. Yeah.
about multiplayer?
Wait, no?
It
What?
4-player co-op.
4-player co-op for wait, is
Yes,
this wait. Okay.
4-player co-op for Pokemon.
So what
Yes.
what's the co-op gonna do? Like you're
You
what? You're
can
gonna
play
just go
through
on the
the
adventure
game. Yes. Co-op.
Elden
Co-op.
Ring style?
You gotta put down. Dude, drop your bonfire. Like,
Drop your boss. Dude, you got to roll away from Pikachu's attacks, man. You
rub your
got
sticks together. Like, let's roll out that tent. Like,
hold up.
yeah.
Hold up. Let me go pick
Pull out
berries.
pull out your Pikachu. We gotta spark the fire. Just like
Yeah.
rub his face on some sticks.
Oh shit, this Diglett's trying to eat our pack.
Like,
You
no,
know?
that's gonna be so good though. Like,
Four
last week
player
when
co-op.
we were talking about the Poke MMO, I put a little bit of time into it, was playing it. I'm like, this is really cool. And then I saw that they said that there's gonna be 4-player co-op in the new one, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm that's it. Like, it's gonna be
Dude,
so good.
it's just gonna be it's just gonna be me and LeChonk the whole way through, man. LeChonk is my starter. I don't care about the other three at this point. I saw LeChonk, I was like, give me that French pig now.
You just like it because the name.
No, I listen, the name and it's just a cute little
He's a
round.
chunky boy.
Yeah, man, he's a chunk. You put some sandals on him, he's LeChonkla. That's his evolved form. He just gets sandals. He
he
becomes
gets a pair.
LeChonkla.
He gets a pair of Crocs. Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Did
I'm
you hear?
excited.
Did you hear what the theory is on the legendaries?
No.
One of them's gonna be a jet that you can fly. The other
What?
one is a motorcycle that you can ride.
What?
Yep.
So the guy in charge of the Breath of the Wild motorcycle DLC went and
Mm-hmm.
had dinner with some designer from the Pokemon company.
Yep.
Like, bro, guess what you can do? It worked
So
for us in Zelda. Why not
yep.
Pokemon?
So Scarlet. So Scarlet is supposed to be a motorcycle, and Violet is supposed to be a jet. I mean, it makes sense because you can already see the jet engines on its legs, right? But apparently, it turns itself into a full-on jet, just like how Scarlet turns itself into a full-on motorcycle.
That sounds so fucking dumb.
It's what do you mean? It sounds awesome. You can ride a
No.
Pokemon like it's a Zoid.
No. Like, okay, if they made okay, the only way that would work is if they
Bullshit.
make
Don't
the
tell me.
Pokemon, if they're like a steel type that is like a Zoid.
It's a dragon.
It better be a fucking steel
Dragon
dragon.
armor is stronger than steel.
What's the new ones called? Violet and
Violet.
Scarlet. There.
Wow, you just went backwards.
I didn't. I can't think. Legendaries. Okay. What is
Yeah,
this?
one of them is a motorcycle.
Oh. I
You can
did
kind of see the
see a
tires on the chest.
I did see a picture of this. Someone said that the blue one looks very phallic in nature.
What?
Well,
First of all,
yeah.
Violet is not blue.
No, he's blue.
He's Violet.
Really? Why don't you tell me more about this legendary?
this legendary. Well, he's Violet. He has some lightning bolts on his eyeballs, right? He's supposed to be an electric dragon type. He also is supposed to transform into a full-on jet.
There you go. I just sent you the Kotaku link.
Where?
Discord. Pokemon Violet Legendary looks like a dick.
He does.
Yep.
He does. 100%. Bro.
Yeah, it's
He's giving you the thunder
that's
thrusties
also I should have
title.
done I should have done a little bit of fact checking there and realized it was a Kotaku article and then said, yeah, that belongs in
Wow.
the garbage anyway.
Well, I mean, you could have just said, "Hey, check out this Kotaku article," and I would have been like, "Oh, well, that's 100% not a trustworthy source."
Nope. They're kind of
But then
garbage.
again, it does look like a penis. I'm not gonna lie about that.
It does.
If you look,
It very
like
much
it,
does.
it gives you, yeah, it, it looks like a giant Johnson
Well,
from Austin
Austin
Powers,
Powers.
man.
They're
Yeah.
Mike Myers said that they're looking into doing a fourth one.
Oh, I hope not. I really hope not.
Oh, I'm all over
I
it.
really hope not, man. Oh, but with Pokemon though, I'm really curious on um shit. I
What are
lost it.
you
I lost my
curious
train of
on?
thought. I was curious on something, but I totally lost it.
Well, that's okay. We can be curious about who your streamer, content creator, person of the week was.
Oh, my content creator of the week. Hold on. Um, I need to look his name up because I've been watching him on YouTube,
I
but I haven't
actually
really.
have one that I've
All
been
right, go ahead. Take
watching.
it over while I look him up.
Um, I'm gonna shout out my man Veritas.
Oh, big guys.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Big guys.
he's like a little big guy. Like he's known in the Tarkov community. He's known all around there, but he has like 100 views at any given time. Not too small, but not too big. You could jump in there and talk, and he actually like reads your shit. We'll talk back. Cool guy. He's been kind of burnt out and disenchanted with Tarkov recently.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
because like we're at the end of the game and right now, end of the wipe, and people are just waiting for wipe right now, waiting for content. So he's been playing a lot of Trackmania, and
Okay.
it's I knew about this game from a while ago, but I never really paid any mind to it. And he's been like playing the same track over and over, like speed running this game, like trying to get on the leaderboards. And then
Isn't that game like just sped run to like oblivion though?
yes. Yeah, but there's like 100,000 tracks. So like you could very much be like the record holder on some little unknown track somewhere. Like
Right.
it is a very um what's the word I'm looking for? Uh the bar of entry is so low for Trackmania. It's a really cool game. Has you can make your custom maps, and it's very all the stuff that's keeping it going is user created content. Uh, but yeah, it's I enjoy watching him. I enjoy his takes on stuff. He has some long form content as well, some deep dive into game mechanics, and it's that all that stuff's right up my alley.
Oh, okay. Well, I am. You said Veritas. Usually, we usually set this up to be like a smaller content creator, so that we can help him
A
grow.
smaller content.
You're just like, yeah, I've been watching the small streamer Asmongold. He's now that WoW's kind of dying, so is this channel. So I'm just trying to help him out, and
Hey, bro, don't shame me for what I like.
I'm just saying, it was just funny because we're like trying to give shout out, and you're just like, oh yes, this guy that's already super popular.
I'm really bad at this, okay?
We're getting there. I'm just gonna call out
I'm going
all of the
at this
big
from the
streamers right now.
different side of stuff to where if I call out the big streamers and they get influx from our channel and it's like tracked through the cookies, then they might shout us out.
I
And
guess.
it's a mutual benefit here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess mine is also kind of a big guy. He has, almost almost 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I've been watching Squidmar. Now, he does miniature painting. The guy is like it makes me just want to take up miniatures cuz he doesn't just do miniatures, like just painting them. He also does like epoxy settings for his
Uh,
miniatures. So like he creates like these
yep,
giant worlds and
I
it's
would
just
be
it's
all about this shit.
bro, I'm literally watching him for like hours. Like I'll have Photoshop up and I'll be like working on something for like the channel or whatever and I'll just have him on while I'm doing it.
Yeah, this is sick. Like I'm checking out what is this? The environment is done.
Yeah,
And like I love doing this. When I was in school, like my thing was environment art, like 3D environment art, and I love building and crafting worlds. So like
I know.
that's what
So,
I always found it interesting about Warhammer. It's not exactly the game, not playing it, not building the miniatures, but building the worlds. Like
yeah,
that was
I
so
always
cool.
thought those were super cool. I mean, but yeah, so that's Squidmar miniatures on YouTube.
Yeah, check them out.
All these links will be in the description. Um, all their socials and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you just typed in Squidmar into YouTube, you'd find him because yeah,
You
he's already
will,
pretty big.
because that's how I found him.
So yeah, Squidmar miniatures.
Verified.
Is he? Yeah, he
No, no, no.
is.
I'm saying it. Well, oh, he may be.
He
I
is
was saying
very.
that the way to find him
Is
is
verified.
verified.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes, it
I'm looking at
works.
the check mark. So, but anyways, should we call it a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. So make sure you guys go give us a like on uh our YouTubes and Twitch, and also make sure you guys go and find us wherever you find our podcast, whether it be
Apple Podcast, Google Play Podcast, Spotify,
you got it.
Anchor, wherever.
Yeah. So make sure you guys go there, like, leave a comment or a review, so that we show up and maybe get some more of you cluckers. All right.
Love it. Love it.
All right.
Thanks
Chicken
everyone
Attack.
for joining again.
Yeah. Chicken Attack, episode 5. Peace.